Boo! Hello, I'm Casper KZ. Sorry if I caused you any heart irregularities just now. It's Halloween almost, kinda, and I thought I'd abuse this opportunity to educate all y'all about my favorite date in the almanac. My birthday! But actually Halloween, because there isn't that much to learn about my birthday. I just get high and fuck, as is tradition, and I shall expound upon All Hallows Eve via the style of my new favorite fully representative televisual series, Ancient Aliens. Tokyo 2012. The triduum of hellotide, once thought to be teleportation technology gone horribly awry, is now better understood as nebulous and impossible for current science to understand. Tokyo 2012. A shopping center thought to be placed here by prehistoric astronauts as a beacon for Mayan gravity. The shopping complex was always thought to be a conduit for Halloween and its many totally sweet traditions, but back in 2012 Tokyo, scientists were finally able to analyze the DNA of Halloween. And what they found was inconclusive. But if the DNA analysis of Halloween reveals it's of origins unknown, could those origins be extraterrestrial? And if so, might the same be true for all life on the planet? Tokyo 2012. Archaeologists make a startling dramatic sting. What purpose this dramatic sting serves is unknown, but some experts believe it's meant to induce a sense of wonder and excitement at whatever bullshit concept it accompanies. Credentials! Could aliens? Atlantis. Is time travel a factor? The slightly conical shape of the candy corn strongly suggests that we are in fact descended from alien gene manipulation. Tokyo 2012. Jupiter literally crashed into the Earth as predicted by the ancient Sumerian god of Halloween, Burgess Meredith. It all dates back to when Bazooka Joe first landed on the new shores of Pangaea, which as we know was the only continent at the time, which begs the question, where did Bazooka Joe come from? The answer? Atlantis, which of course came from space, and he brought with him treats in the form of alien technology for Jemima Puddle Duck, the emissary of God. It's clear from all these collected data points that Halloween came from space. I have a moustache. And if the government is lying to you about Halloween, it's almost very probably likely it's lying to you about space being responsible for 9/11 as well. Is Halloween the only thing standing between us and all-out space war? I've sure alluded to that fact. The triduum of All Hallowtide began bloody fucking who cares, because like all things traditional, it is improved exponentially with modernization and commercialism. It used to be a wholly jingoistic affair of remembrance, wherein one would honor those good Christians martyred to their cause, or otherwise just dead, with the act of prayer. Which, if you believe is actually doing anything outside of yourself, you are literally communing with the dead or a celestial consciousness. Pretty cut and dry definition of witchcraft right there, but because it's the modern epoch, instead of burning you alive, we're going to give you some candy. How can people be in favor of tradition? We're gonna do something because we've always done it. 'Tis these same people whom oppose the sexifying of costumes, objecting to it on the grounds that it reduces all women to the sum total of their bodies. Not all men, though. Those guys can go shirtless as fuck. You know, because there's a history of inequality that they're seeking to uphold. Women shouldn't, on occasion, dress sexy. How dare they be aware of their bodies and enjoy it? That offends me specifically, and therefore is the downfall of society. Those not wishing to participate in the sexy fun are not obligated, and those regrettably destined to ruin it for everyone by being in possession of the exact wrong amount of hormones and arriving at a conclusion that is not conducive to civilization, I am entitled to the nakedity that I observe, should know themselves and get the fuck out of the holiday, or otherwise enjoy it from prison. But if I am to consider Halloween's origins again, death is impossible to confront without fear, or some sort of misunderstanding about what death is. You know, theism. The gratuity of the depiction of violence and sex in art, especially horror, is the only way sane human beings can conquer death. Halloween now is a celebration of life, is a sardonic mocking of death. With my favorite aesthetic, I'll have you know. It reduces death to costume, or where it can be approached with less trepidation, and indeed augmented into something hilarious or sexy. Jack-o'-lanterns, spookums, sex for no reason, that should always be the reason. You can have that one for free, History Channel, you distressing collection of anti-intellectuals too rapturous of the bog you're mired in to know you're mired in a bog. It regrettably still being the monstrous year 2020, most of us shan't have the indulgences of company or soiree this coming Halloween. So might I boldly suggest one of my favorite practices. Get high and fuck. But for you even cooler, hipper observers, I also like to watch a bunch of Halloween episodes of cartoon shows. Because I'm gangster that way. Perhaps I am also not 100% sober for that activity either, but you can make your own choices about that. Not the sex, though. You have to do that on psychedelics. I have spoken. Seems like a perfectly good time to not be sober. I have no idea why, but my sinuses are blocked right now. I have zero other symptoms. But this is happening. Christmas! Jemima Puddle Duck was clearly the emissary for God. Jemima Puddle Duck is clearly the emissary of God.
Clearly the emissary of God. But which one?
But which God?
My new book describes...
My new book, Jemima Puddle Duck, emissary of God. Wingdings! Spaghetti.
Yeah.
I do one more. For the emissary of God... And I'm opening this train line to keep the aliens out of Pangaea. Yes, and also to smuggle guns in. For the aliens. And also the peasants who've been at my flamingos. And also the flamingos who've been at my peasants. I have a moustache. Tokyo 2032, 7 years after the second Great Kanto earthquake has split the city in two. Boomers are running amok thanks to the mega corporation Genome, and it's up to the AD police to save us all from this bubblegum crisis. Crazy sick. Why do I sound so much more American when my sinuses get blocked? What happened to my mid-Atlantic accent? The dang British are coming.